The heartbeat of competition, the drama of the moment. This is NASCAR on McBlam Racing.
Hey there, race fans, Mikey here, and welcome back to the NASCAR Heat for Career Mode. It's 2022, and it's time to kick off a new season. We have so many changes that are going on in NASCAR IRL. The Cup Series has new cars. They're going to some new racetracks. They've already been to one new racetrack already. Heard it was pretty good. Still haven't seen it yet. But we have some venues that have been reconfigured. Some might be for the good, some might be for the cruddy. We won't know until we see it, but we're not here to talk about that because we have some changes that we're going to be going through as well, and we're not talking about puberty. No. See, we're talking about a new ride in the next series. That's right. We're going to be talking about that. We have some settings that we're going to be going through just to make things all the more challenging for us, but also, most importantly, we have a brand new point system. If you couldn't tell by the title, we have a brand new point system. NASCAR is getting rid of the playoffs, but we'll get to that shortly. But for right now, we're going to be playing with a little bit of time travel here. We have Past Mikey, who's going to come all the way from 2021 in, I think, October. He's going to come all the way from 2021, and he is going to relay all the information in terms of the car, the new ride, the series, the Xfinity Series. Yes, we are moving to the NASCAR Xfinity Series. It's going to be amazing. I hope so anyway, but he's going to go through all of that, and I will be back to talk about the point system and the settings that are going to be different for the career mode. So without further ado, Past Mikey, take it away. All right, so we are here in the future. Future Mikey is probably giving you the lowdown here, but this is Past Mikey speaking to you right after the Gander Outdoors Truck Series Championship 4 race. So this is all the in-between stuff. Obviously, I had to cut this out of the video, so we're just going to go ahead. I'm just going to go ahead and go through this all right now. You got Agent Blue. Agent Blue Stanford is back. He's letting us know, hey, season just ended, but it's never too early to start planning for next year. And that's true. That is the truth, and that's what this video is all about. We've got so much stuff to talk about, man. The new point system, which Future Mikey is going to go and talk about. But right now, today, what we're going to do here is we are going to choose our NASCAR Xfinity Series ride. We are no longer going to be racing trucks in this game. We're done. We won a championship. We've run 2 seasons. We've done really well in both seasons, in my personal opinion. We've done really well. So it's only fitting. It's only fitting. We've done everything we can here. Let's move on to the next series. Let's go, Blue. What you got, buddy? Okay, so you are correct that yes, we will be participating in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, but I notice I actually don't have the option to join the NASCAR Monster Energy Series, so Monster Energy Cup Series. So that's interesting. That is interesting. I guess I could, if I wanted to participate in the truck, but we're not doing that. We are moving on. We're doing this right now, just the Xfinity Series. I'm curious if I'm going to get some Cup Series hot seats. I think I will, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, let's move on. Yes, sir. NASCAR Xfinity Series preparation. Let's do it. We are joining a team. We will not be owning a team at any point in time. Now, here we go. We've got so many teams out here that are going to try that. So many teams, quote unquote. But we've got some teams to go through here. We got Mike Harmon Racing, which Mike Harmon Racing is the first hot seat that we ever had, and we won at Bristol. Hey, obviously he's ecstatic about that, absolutely ecstatic. And you know what? John used to race for him. So, you know, my buddy John, he raced for Mike Harmon Racing when he was in the trucks. So there's the relationship there, you know, that might happen. But well, let's look at see what other offers we got. We got DGM Racing. Okay, makes sense because I replaced Cesar Baccarella at Charlotte. I did get my sponsorship goal there as well as JD Motorsports. We replaced Garrett Smithley of all people. We replaced him, got our sponsorship objective. That was at Iowa. This was at Charlotte. This was at where was this? This was at Las Vegas. We replaced Cole Custer. And that's our 5-star ride right there. But let's see who else might be offering us something. I know. Oh, wow. GMS Racing is offering us a contract. We could be teammates with John Hunter Nemechek. Team Penske. We already knew about this one. We could be teammates with Austin Cindric. Boy. So I've got a few options here that I'm thinking about. And honestly... my choice is between Stewart Haas Racing and Penske. I mean, they're all paying the same. GMS Racing, I do get to go back to a Chevrolet. But, I mean, to race for Tony Stewart or to race for Roger Penske? So I've been thinking about this for a little while. I knew I was going to get offers from both of these guys. I was honestly, being 100% honest here, I was actually hoping to get an offer from JR Motorsports. I was really hoping for that. Just because of how well we did in the trucks. I figured, like, obviously more teams are going to be looking at me, and obviously that is the case here. We do have a few more teams looking at us here. And they're not 4 stars. So, like, I've got a couple 4 stars, but not many. You know, I got a couple 4 stars looking at me here, and I have 3 5 stars. So, you know, I think there's only really one option that I can honestly go with here. And to be 100% honest, as much as I do like the blue 00, it's a nice car. We got to do this. We have to do this. I'd love to race for Tony Stewart. Don't get me wrong. I'd love to do it. But I just got to. And the reason that I want to race for Team Penske is purely nostalgia, obviously, because Team Penske has been around for a long time. Haas has been around for a while too, but like Team Penske has been around for a long time, and I'm not going to be Austin Cindric's teammate. I'm going to accept this contract right here. I'm going to race, and if they give me the option anyway, I should say, I am going to race in Austin Cindric's car. Why? Green. Green. You know, I don't have that option over here, and I know I could probably make my own paint scheme or whatever and, you know, sort out the contracts, but I love the green and white 22 car. I absolutely love that car. Don't get me wrong, I love that 00, but I really like this green and white car, and I think it's fitting. Not a Chevy, but hey, we haven't been in a Chevy for a whole year now, so maybe when we get to Cup, we would be able to get back to Chevy, but now we are going to be in the number 22, if we give the option. I think they still give us the option, but we're going to go ahead and join Team Penske. How you doing, Roger? Heck yeah. So I can replace the driver or drive my own car. And what we are going to do is, as much as I would like a teammate, I'm going to go ahead and replace the driver. I'm sorry, Austin. Not sorry so much, because you are moving up to the Cup Series. If you're not in the Cup Series at all, I don't think you're in the Cup Series in this game. So I don't think you're in the Cup Series for a while. So anyway, sorry, buddy. You're moving up to the Cup Series. That's the lore. Austin Cindric's moving up to the Cup Series. Natalie Decker is going back. No, sorry. That's not the lore. That's not the lore. Let me get the lore right. Okay, so Austin Cindric is moving up to the Cup Series. He's going to race in the number 33, all right, which is what I think he's racing actually in real life. So Austin Cindric moves up to the Cup Series. Michael Turner, one of my loyal viewers, he is going into the 54. He's racing for Natalie Decker in the Truck Series right now. He is the replacement driver because Natalie was not really ready to come back just yet. She's ramping up that streaming effort, and she really wants to focus on that and really hone in on her social media preference. So you know what? We had to find a replacement driver, and I put in a good word. For my loyal viewer, my buddy Michael Turner. Put in a good word for him, got him in that 54 truck, and now Austin Cindric was moving up. Roger came up to us and said, hey man, you were doing really good. I know Stewart is offering you a really good ride, but hey, come on. This is Roger Penske. This is Penske Racing. You can't turn this down. And he was right. I didn't turn it down. We're going to replace the driver. And that is what's going on. The NASCAR Xfinity Series. Let's see what we've got. We do not want to add a series, but we're going to be racing the number 22 Ford, the NASCAR Xfinity Series. This is my lineup for season 3. Yes, sir. Let's go ahead and start this season. What you got, Blue? All right. He's going to set everything up for us. He'll let us know what it's all in place. All right. This is why I like Blue. He's on top of things. Trying to put John on to Agent Blue, trying to put him on to him. I can't get him to join up, man. But don't worry, we'll throw some more work your way, Blue. Don't worry about it. All right, so Blue says we're good to go. I don't see any notes about a hot seat for the Cup Series, so I guess this is what we got going on here. We just have the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Just this season. Maybe we don't have any hot seats and we won't be trying anything. I don't know, but I guess that is what it is. But I do appreciate your efforts, Blue. You are the man, and appreciate everything you do. I'll make sure that we get you at least a 20% raise with all of this new money that we're going to be bringing in. All right, buddy? Well, just as I was thinking about it, we made it to this hot seat shortlist for the Monster Energy Cup Series. So hey, you will be seeing some Cup Series races this season. This is the opportunity we've been working towards. Show them what you got. Oh, you know it all day, every day. I have no idea what the hot seats are going to be, by the way. I have no idea what the hot seats are going to be. I mean, this game came out so long ago that it's like I don't even remember what they are. I remember seeing them. Cozy went through them. And like a few other people went through them, but it's like I don't even remember what they are. So that'll be exciting. That'll be very exciting. Anyway, appreciate it, Blue. This is why we hire you, buddy. This is why we hire you. Make that a 22% raise, just because number 22. All right, and it is set up. Let's go ahead and look at what the season is going to look like next year. Or next year. Wow. I'm speaking from the past. All right. I'm speaking from the past. So give me a sec here. All right. So I'm going to look at what the season is going to be looking like here. So we've got we're in the 99 for some reason. I really wanted that 8 car. I really wanted it. Maybe next year. Who knows? And that's if I do another season here or whatever. I may go the Bowman route and just do a one-off season. But we'll see. But anyway, your lineup for the year looks like it's going to be Austin Hill in the 61, BJ McLeod, Brandon Brown, that's John's owner/driver. We have Brandon Jones, Caesar Baccarella, Chad Fincham, Chase Briscoe, Christopher Bell, Cole Custer, Elliott Sadler, Garrett Smithley, Gray Galding, Jeff Green, Jeffrey Earnhardt, Jeremy Clements, Joey Gase, John Hunter Nemechek, John Jackson, if that is his real name, Josh Balicki, Josh Williams, Justin Allgaier, Justin Haley, Kaz Gralla, Matt Mills, Michael Annette, Mike Harmon, Morgan Shepard, the GOAT, Noah Gragson, Ray Black Jr., I'm saying Roy Black, Ross Chastain, Ryan C, Stephen Light, Timmy Hill, Tommy Joe Martins, Tyler Reddick, Ed, Vinny Miller. No, we're not done yet. Zane Smith, and then myself. So I'm assuming Zane Smith is probably still going to be part-time. But yeah, that is your lineup, and I'm saying this because I am not going to remember. I'm just not going to remember what that is. I'm not going to remember what that is. So, I'm not going to remember some of these drivers just because. But I will get used to it over time. Let's look at what the schedule is looking like. We have Daytona, Atlanta, Las Vegas, like we already saw. And then after that, we have Phoenix Raceway. That's going to not be fun, but we have Phoenix Auto Club Speedway, which should be interesting. We got a couple of 2-milers on here now that we are in the Xfinity Series. Then we have Texas, which is usually okay. Bristol's a lot of fun. That's always a lot of fun. We maybe can go for the repeat win there. Richmond is going to be an absolute dumpster fire because Richmond is just stupid hard. It's just stupid hard for really no reason. We have Talladega Super Speedway, one main finance, Dover. Okay, that'll be interesting. Charlotte. Okay, going back to the Alsco 300 at Charlotte, and then Pocono, which I'm really just thinking about simming. I'm really honestly thinking about simming that race. Michigan. All right, that's our second 2-mile track. Iowa Speedway. Chicagoland, Daytona once again. Okay, Firecracker 250. The Alsco, another Alsco 300. How many of these races are there? My gosh. Kentucky Speedway. That should be fun. I did like the truck race at Kentucky. So maybe this one will be just as wild and entertaining. New Hampshire. Okay, so this is another track that we haven't gone to before. But New Hampshire's can be pretty interesting. We'll see how that works out. Iowa Speedway once again for the US Slayer 250. Watkins Glen. I like Watkins Glen to a certain degree in this game. If you get the setup right, it can really work for you. I just don't like when you get on old tires and it just wants to spin out all the freaking time. But that's road courses in this game for you. Mid-Ohio. That's going to be a thing. Mid-Ohio is going to be a thing. There's no way around it. It's just going to be a thing. But we'll do what we can to survive there. We got Bristol once again for the Food City 300 night race. They're then going to Road America. I really like Road America. Not in this game, but I do really like Road America. So I'm kind of looking forward to going there, even though I know I'm probably going to suck. Darlington Speedway. Oh man, Darlington. I'm going to enjoy Darlington. I legitimately am going to enjoy Darlington. Indianapolis Speedway. This should be interesting. I would love to win here at Indianapolis because obviously we don't have that track anymore. So that'll be really cool. And then back to Las Vegas Motor Speedway to round out the not round out the regular season. We don't have playoffs anymore. So yeah, my Future Mikey's going to talk all about that. Richmond we're going to Richmond once again. Charlotte Roval. That's going to be, oh my gosh. The Charlotte Roval is just going to be, I don't even want to think about how that's going to go. Back to Dover, then Kansas. Wow, only one race at Kansas. Kansas is going to be fun. Kansas might be an easy win as well, but we'll see. Back to Texas Motor Speedway, Phoenix Raceway for the penultimate race, and then rounding out the season once again at Homestead, 100 miles longer for the Ford EcoBoost 300. That's funny, we go 200, 300, 400. So that is your schedule for the NASCAR, I almost said Gander Outdoor Truck Series. I'm so used to it now. That is your schedule for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Again, these will come out every weekend following the NASCAR Xfinity Series IRL. So make sure that you subscribe, click the notification bell so you don't miss any of that stuff, man, because it's going to be awesome. Anyway, I'm going to turn it over to future. Oh, well, wait. We do have some other teams that might be looking at us. BJ McLeod Motorsports. Oh, now everybody kind of wants. Now everybody wants something. Okay, DGM Racing. Oh, they don't want me anymore. I guess I'm not 20th or higher. Give me a couple races, I'll be fine. GMS, Hattori, Joe Gibbs. Joe Gibbs would be kind of cool. I might be a fourth car there, you know, but I really, really, really wanted to race here for these guys. I really did. And I might still do that. It depends on how this season goes. I might still run a second season in the Xfinity Series. It also depends if we actually get if we actually get a good game. If we get a good game, I'll definitely, you know, be doing another Xfinity Series. I will definitely be doing that. That's if we get a good game for the future. If not, I don't know. I'll think about it. But I really, really, really do want to race for JR Motorsports. I really do, just because I want to race in that 8 car. Yeah, so these are our offers. We got Colleague also, you know. A lot of these guys are going to give us, you know, like an offer at the end of the season and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to actually. I'm excited for the, you know, for the season. I'm really excited for the season. But first, let's talk about stats. Let's talk about the stats. All right. Gander Outdoors Truck Series. We have well, this is it. I don't have any more detailed stats than this. I was thinking I had more detailed stats than this, but anyway. Races 46. I think I'll leave it to Future Mikey to come up with an average finish and at least put what the stats look like maybe after season 1. If I even recorded that, I don't remember. It's been a little bit. So, but yeah, 46 races. So all the races in the Gander Outdoor Truck Series. We have done 3 seasons. Why does it say 3 seasons? We're not doing the truck series for 3 seasons. We only raced 2 seasons in there. Anyway, 1 championship, 17 wins, 25 top 5s. My gosh. 17 wins and 25 top 5. Like, we won. So, well, I was going to say, like, I think we did win over half the races, because I think we only had like 3 or 4 wins, maybe 3 wins in season 1. Because it was tough. It was tough to get wins then, you know, like here in this 5-star, the truck was just amazing. But like if the 5-star is anything like it was in at the Vegas race, then I'm all for it. But we'll see. 36 top 10s, 44 top 20s, 2 poles, so I think both of those were at Eldora. And 327 laps led on the season. But we do have some Xfinity stats. We got 4 races that we actually attended in last year's season anyway. Keep wanting to say the current season because talking from the past, you know, it's magic, man. It's magic. Anyway, 1 win, which was at Bristol. Almost got it at Vegas. I mean, like almost by the skin of our teeth we missed it. 2 top 5s, 3 top 10s, and 4 top 20s. The one at Charlotte, I believe I got a top 20. And because I think we had to get like top 30 or something like that. We had to get like a top 30. But I wound up getting like a top 20. And that was at Charlotte because it was tough. It was tough and it was a good race. I really liked it. 2 laps led. We only led 2 laps in the Xfinity Series. But hey, look, it was the final 2 laps at Bristol. That was a heck of a race. I'll look that in the cards in the top right, man. That was a heck of a race. I really, really enjoyed that race. It was pretty awesome. But anyway, that's our stats, and then we'll be going to the why does it say Extreme Dirt Tour 1 season? We never did it. I don't get that. Like, we never did anything in the Extreme Dirt Tour. Maybe that's some type of glitch or whatever have you, but yeah, we never actually did that. Monster Energy Cup Series, we haven't done anything yet, so I have no idea what the Cup Series is going to look like. Let's look. I think we actually can look at that, but also we want to check out our reputation here. So in the Gander Outdoors Truck Series. We have, wait, switch to Gander Outdoors. There we go. There we go. So at the very least, we have Harrison Burton, who is kind. And we've gotten into each other on the track quite a few times, you know. That's been mainly my fault. Christian Eckes is kind. Everybody else is happy, but look how many friends we have. 29 friends. 29. Look at all of these people. Who's our best buddy? Who's our best buddy? It is Austin Wayne Self. You gotta lay off of John, though, man. Be nice to him. Be nice to him. Right? You know, I mean, I'm crew chiefing for the man. Be nice to him. Anyway, Johnny Sauter is up there. Benjamin Rhodes is up there. And Josh Remy and Joe Nemechek. So what's interesting... Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? What's interesting about this is Mason Massey is just happy. Okay. So Mason Massey, if you don't know the story, he started out being a problem. We had several run-ins with Mason Massey, and we kept finding each other on the racetrack, and he kept driving like a butt, and we just had a problem with one another, and then we just didn't anymore. It was interesting. Like, we just didn't see each other that much anymore, and then I guess everything kind of worked itself out. Christian Eckes would be better than what he is, but the problem was, like, during a certain time when Sheldon Creed and I, who, I mean, we've obviously worked things out because Sheldon Creed is, you know, up there in our friendships. We've obviously worked things out, but Sheldon Creed and I were having trouble on the racetrack, and that caused, you know, trouble for Christian Eckes. So Eckes, you know, was the result of a lot of bad incidents between myself and Sheldon Creed. Harrison Burton, a lot of times I just got loose and got into him, or just came up the track into him, and it was a lot of that time was just all my fault for not being able to handle my truck. That's all that was. We do have some relationships here. Christopher Bell's annoyed, Ray Black Jr. A lot of these guys are annoyed, and obviously Bristol was a really, really big part of that. I don't think Austin Cindric's ever not going to be neutral since he's not racing with us anymore, but we will see. And the most we have are kind people. But we're going to see if we can improve some of those relationships throughout the season, or maybe 2 seasons that we do. We're going to just try to see if we can do anything about that. Monster Energy Cup Series, nobody really cares. Nobody cares. Nobody knows me. I think Joey might have sent me a video at one point. Yeah, see, like Joey's nice to me. I mean, he's going to probably be nicer because, you know, I'm with his team now. So, but yeah, like, you know, Danny did send me something. Yeah, Austin Dillon. Yeah, these guys did send me some tweets. So, like, that's the result of that. But yeah, so that's what our relationships are looking like right now. 29 friends here. No friends in the Xfinity Series yet, and no friends obviously in the Cup Series. So we have our work cut out for them. Hey, Landon Castle in the 00. Wish you still were in that 00 because you know, you actually had talent in there. Anyway, I think that might be all I've got for this. Like I said, I'll change paint schemes and stuff like that. We'll look at contract options and stuff, all of that later. But I think that's all I've got. So I'm going to turn it back over to Future Mikey, and he will go through what the new point system is going to look like and what we're going to be racing under. No more playoffs. We're back to season-long point standings. So he's going to go ahead and explain all of that. And until then, we'll be seeing you. Thank you, Past Mikey. And now, for the moment that most of you have already been waiting for, the new NASCAR Points System. So what happened? What's going on? What did NASCAR come up? Why did NASCAR change things? Well, the lore for this is that they have finally been listening to the majority of the fans. They've seen what's gone on with the best drivers in the series, and they have not been crowned properly. They've seen it. They've heard your outcry, and Now they're doing something about it. They're finally ready to sit down and do something about it, but they're not going to do it in the Cup Series just yet. We're going to test things out in the Xfinity Series. Maybe this will go amazing, and maybe it'll be an absolute train wreck, but there's only one way to find out. So we're testing this out in the Cup Series, we're testing this out in Xfinity Series for right now, and then we will be testing it out in the NASCAR Cup Series. So that being said, that's the lore that we're going with right now. But as you can see, I created this nice newfangled or whatever, I don't know however they said it back there in the day. I've got a brand newfangled Excel spreadsheet, because everything's brand new that I'm talking about right now. But yeah, I created this point system. So how did I come up with this point system? Realistically, I created a formula based off of the Formula One series. So, and this was feedback that I had gotten quite a few times in my, the NASCAR playoffs kind of suck video or whatever the title of that is. Link in the just look for the most popular video on the channel. You'll know which one it is. But I used an algorithm, or I used a formula based off of what they did, and I kind of played with it a little bit just to kind of give it that same kind of feel. So it's got a little bit of the old school flavor to it, from the old point systems, like I don't know, the 1970s up until like I guess the 2004, but also trying to keep in, try to address some issues that have actually been some legit criticism on that old point system. So as you see here, there is a big gap between the first and second. That is intentional, because many people were correct in this regard, is that winning should mean a lot more. You should get a lot more points for a points win, not just 5 more points than the guy below you. It's like you should really have more points. And what I've been trying to do is I've separated things to where basically the top 5 have a big advantage over, the rest of the top 10. The top 10 have advantage over the top 20, and so on and so forth. So that way, like, hey, the better you finish, it means a lot more. So if you finish 5th, that's a good chunk over, say, 8th. Like it's a good point stay. It's a real good point stay for you. So that'll make wildcard races quite a bit more challenging and exciting, I believe anyway, but it'll also, like I said, it'll be far more legitimate than what they have been doing. So like I said, we've recognized it, NASCAR has recognized it according to the lore, and they're like, hey, we heard the outcry, but we need to make some adjustments. So they made some adjustments, and these are the adjustments that they made. Now, we still do have bonus points. We're not going to be tracking laps led anymore. No more for leading a lap, but you do get it, since we do have stages in this. Stages are still happening. You do get points for winning a stage. You get 2 bonus points for winning a stage, and you get 4 bonus points for leading the most laps. You should get something for being super dominant. But if you do notice, those bonus points did not get you, that does not clear you from first to second, right? You can't suddenly tie with first anymore. You can't do that. So that was a major thing, that a major problem that people had pointed out in the past, and they were like, yeah, this doesn't seem right. And I would definitely agree with that. That is a valid criticism of the old point system. So we rectified that, made the gaps a little bit more significant, but also tried to keep it as close as possible and as fair as possible. We're going to see how this works. It'll probably need some tweaks going into the 2023 season, but there's only one way to find out. So without further ado, let me show you what the main screen is going to look like for the point standings, and then we'll go into some settings. So yes, it's not necessarily the most pretty thing to look at, and if you're wondering, yes, I went through a very painstaking process to put this spreadsheet together with the formulas and the events and stuff like that. And yes, it is going to be a pain in the butt to track everybody's finishing position, and at every single race, it's going to be a pain. But it'll be Much worth it. This is what the point system screen is going to look like. That standing screen is going to look like, not the point system. I already showed you that. But this is what the point system screen is going to look like. As you see there, we are now driving in the number 22, Roger Penske. I hope I do right by him. But yeah, first time in a Ford ever. That's weird. That's just really weird. But as you also probably saw, I don't know if I showed it to you, but there are 40 points because I do plan on adapting this to the Cup Series eventually, even though there's only 36 drivers in a race and 38 drivers, I think, on the whole. And that's including myself. So like technically 37 actual Xfinity Series drivers are in this game. So I think there's more that are probably left out, but that's neither here nor there. But anyway, this is what the point system screen is going to look like. Just wanted to make you guys aware of it. So when you see it, you're not freaked out or anything like, whoa, what's that? So this is kind of the best I could do for the time being. So we'll dress it up a little bit, as the season goes on. But now we need to get into the settings. What are we going to do that's going to be different for this year? All right, guys. So these are the settings that I've been running on for the previous season, the previous truck season. I was running on hard difficulty before when I was in the 3-star truck, and I thought that was pretty fair. Everything was pretty even. I got some good runs out of that, but now we have bumped everything up to legend. We're going to stay on legend because obviously we are still in a 5-star ride. I don't know how things are necessarily going to go. If things go like they did at Vegas, where it was actually hard, I kind of like that, and I wish they kind of would. But I have a feeling that things are going to go very similar to how they went when I was driving, for Natalie Decker. So we're still keeping full damage. Race length is still going to be 25%, but here's what we're going to do differently. We're going to bump that up to 4 times wear. We're going to bump it up to 4 times wear. Why? Because this way the stages don't, you'll have more pit stops. The stages won't dictate, like when you're going to pit and stuff like that. So you're actually going to have to enact a bit more strategy to try to win some of these races. You got to be more concerned about tires. You got to be more concerned about fuel, trying to stretch the fuel, trying to stretch the tires, etc., etc. And I think that was missing from the Gander Outdoors Truck Series. Like it was good, like, hey, we spanked the field a lot of times, but this is where like we need to adjust that a little bit. So this is going to make things more challenging, add more pit stops. That, like I said, the tires and fuel are going to wear a whole lot more. I'm going to keep this where it is because that seems to be pretty fair. All the flags and all that kind of stuff, all of that's going to be fine. Now we are going to make one other change. All right, so here are the AI settings. We're going to keep the skill range on wide. I like this. I like when the field gets spread out. You can kind of race each guy individually, or girl, whoever. But you can race everyone individually. And I prefer it when the field gets spread out. I feel like the racing is a lot better when you have that. I'm going to switch this to normal for right now. I've been pretty good about not hitting other drivers, so I think this is going to be fine. I think that's going to be fine. The recovery skill I'm going to keep at normal. Their starting spread, however, I'm going to put it on normal. I'm just going to put it on normal for right now. I think it's time to start tightening things up. And as I may change this to compressed as the season goes on, as I get more comfortable with it. But right now I'm going to change that to normal. Mechanical failures, I don't know when I changed that, but I'm going to put it at normal. Like I said, I don't know when I changed mechanical failures to none. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and put that on normal. They were still having mechanical failures. That's the thing that was getting me. That's the thing that was getting me. Like, they were still having mechanical failures. So like people were still blowing their engines and stuff like that. So I guess maybe that's a bug or something. We've had plenty of people blow engines, so that's weird. I've had it set to none this whole time, I guess. But anyway, tire wear, normal. We're going to keep their tire wear at normal. Usually I put it at more effect. The reason I have it on more effect, we're going to try it on normal, but the reason I have it on more effect because it evens out a whole lot better. But it seems that in a 5-star car, your tires, like, you're just Superman out there, you know, like after like a few laps, you're just kind of Supermaning it out there. So I'm going to put it back to normal. That's going to make the field a bit more competitive, and I don't want them to have less effect because then they'll just be OP. So I'm going to put them on normal. I think that's fair. The fuel consumption, will leave that at normal. Definitely leave the impact forces low. And obviously draft partners, we're going to Daytona, so we're going to leave that where it is for right now. We'll turn it off when we get to other tracks. Now, what's going to be the more challenging aspect of this? Since I am in a 5-star car, with the exception of Daytona and Talladega, I will be starting every race from the back. Starting every race and trying to work my way up to the front, since I have a 5-star car. So yes, I've made it more challenging in terms of the pit strategy. I've made it more challenging in terms of the tire wear effect on the AI. And now I'm adding the last to first challenge pretty much at every track. The only reason I'm not starting last at Daytona and Talladega because there is a high likelihood of losing the draft if you start from the back. You gotta be pretty careful about that. So it can either go one or two ways. It's either like you're gonna be fine and you'll stick right with them, or if you make the littlest mistake, basically you've lost the draft up until you get to pit stop. So that's just not fun. That's just not fun. So we want to keep the integrity of the plate races, as good as we can get them. We'll keep it as exciting as we can get them. We still qualify like 20th and stuff like that, maybe 25th or something like that. We still qualify towards the back because it's NASCAR Heat, but I just don't want to lose the draft. I just don't want to do that. So only the plate tracks we will be qualifying. Every other place we're just going to practice and we're going to jump into the race. Period. We're just going to start straight from the back, last to first challenge. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting, but I'm going to go ahead and save that. Let me go ahead and call it there, guys, because that's all I got for this particular video. I know there's a lot of details, a lot of stuff going on. No actual racing actually happened in this video, I know, but the real racing, the season begins this coming Saturday. So I want you to do me a favor. Get hype in the comments. Comment that hypeness down below, because this season is going to be where it's at. This is going to be where it's at. I'm super excited to be racing this car, and I want to see where we wind up, points wise. I want to see where it's going to have, because I said, everything's harder now. Everything's harder. We got a season-long points system now. So we know that's definitely going to, bring some challenges in. And it's like, don't wreck. You get a bad finish. I mean, I rarely do get bad finishes. That's to be fair. I rarely get bad finishes. But we've got more races. We've got way more races. I have no idea how this is going to turn out. I'm both scared and excited, and I think that's exactly where I should be. So I hope you guys are ready to go on this ride. If you guys are new, if you are new to this channel, be sure to subscribe. Click that notification bell so you don't miss an upload. Hopefully, if YouTube's not being stupid about it. But be aware, I do these races every weekend following the new NASCAR Xfinity Series. And speaking of which, we got the NASCAR racing experience at Daytona coming up this Saturday. So be sure you be there and do not miss it. I'll see you in the next one, guys.